Hey you, it's me. And I was watching Pink Chihuahua. She was showing a clip of Gypsy celebrating the fact that she is now able to change the wiki page. She's no longer logged out of it. And also celebrating that she took down a Facebook page that had been around for 10 years or so. And they find this to be such a celebration, and it's so amazing. It's so cool. It's a win. The problem is one, we all know that Wikipedia isn't reliable. I mean, it's good to look up stuff, but it's not a reliable source. You're not even allowed to use it in schools as a reference because it's not reliable, because anybody can go in there and change things. And there's been a lot of people who've changed really funny things. Um, so it's not a reliable source, and she can call it a win if she wants to, but the fact that we know that it's not reliable, they know it's not a reliable source, who cares? Change it to whatever you want. You took down a Facebook page, good for you. The thing is that none of that changes anything. It doesn't change the truth. The truth that you planned to murder your mother for over 4 years, as seen by your attempts, with a BB pew pew to try to hurt your mother. I don't think that was just to hurt her. She just kind of glazes over that explanation of what that was all about. Oh, well, I knew it was just a BB pew pew. I knew it. I wasn't really trying to hurt your mother. Oh, well, then what were you doing? Where's the explanation for that? You weren't trying to hurt your mother? What, were you just trying to warn your mother? And in your words, to let her know that a baby can fight back? That baby and honey are equals now? That you can't fuck with baby? Is that what you were saying? No. You were trying to hurt her. You're trying to hurt your mother and trying to kill her. The thing is that you're bad at that too, apparently. That's why you needed help. But there was also an incident with a dagger that you said in your book. You said both these things in your book. But you didn't explain why. Oh, we were fighting? No, that's not a good reason. I never picked up anything like a BB gun. I'm going to say it. And shoot somebody because I was mad. Never did that. Now, that doesn't mean that things didn't cross my mind. I think evil, horrible things do cross people's minds. But they're smart enough and human enough to not do that. But you did, Gypsy. You shot your mother. And you tried to hurt her. You just were bad at it. So that doesn't change. You could say whatever you want in the Wikipedia. You can take down 5 more Facebook pages because there's plenty of pages. You could, why not go to, what is it, Reddit, and I forget, there's a lot of other stuff. A lot of other places you can go to read about Gypsy. There's plenty of channels here on YouTube where you can hear the truth about Gypsy, even if you're not even sure we're telling the truth or not. That's why there's great people like Becca Scoops who show the proof. Even Pink Chihuahua shows the proof. A lot of people do. I'm more of a discussion thing, but you know what? Even I have shown proof now and again, just to say, look, this is what she said, or look, this is what she did. Even I. But yeah, it doesn't, no matter what you take down, even these little simple tiny things that people mostly don't pay attention to, You didn't win anything, Gypsy. You're still a murderer. You planned to kill your mom, and eventually you succeeded, and that can't be erased. It won't be erased because of people like myself and all the other channels, ones that are way bigger than mine. But look, I'm not putting mine down because you don't have to be a big channel to spread a message. And the message is, Gypsy is a murderer. She is a bad person. She is a manipulator. She doesn't give a fuck about that kid. Not two shits. The way that she was on that live, proud, talking about horrific stories. It just floored me. Letting this child, and I hate to even say Aurora the baby because I don't believe it. It's hard to believe that she's a mother, the way that she treated this child. And if that child were my child, like she was babysitting, I would never let her babysit again. She's letting her banging on the little fake fire thing that is a heat source where she could still burn herself, even if the fire was fake. And she just lets her bang at it. No big deal. No, ouchie hot. No, we didn't do that. She's just laughing. And confronting the dog, that's not a funny story. Thank God the dog didn't do anything. But the baby confronting the dog, taking his toys, and thank God the dog didn't attack her. But why would you even let that happen? What the fuck is wrong with you? But that's the thing. There is something wrong with Gypsy. She's not normal, in my opinion, my thoughts, my feelings. Because any normal mother wouldn't let that happen, wouldn't let any of that happen, wouldn't walk out of the room to go check on cookies. You don't do that. You just don't. You bring the baby with you. My child was in my sight. If I went into the other room, my child was still in my sight. Always. Always. I wouldn't take my eyes off my child for even a second, because a second can be the difference between life or getting severely hurt. Or worse. And Gypsy seems to not realize any of that. What the fuck is wrong with her? People saw that. I hope somebody called CPS or whatever it is, whatever it's called, CPS, Child Protective Services. I hope someone called, because obviously she's made so many mistakes with Aurora the baby or whoever's baby. Like I said, I've counted at least 4 or 5 because they have different hair color. They're built differently. I don't know where she's getting these babies from. Maybe she does have her own. It's not blonde. I can tell you that. But maybe it has blue eyes. Who cares? Again, I don't give a fuck about any of that. What I care about is that child's life seems to be in grave danger because Gypsy doesn't give a shit. And this was on her live. This is when she knew people were watching her. And these were the things that she was doing when people were watching her. What does she do when they're not? I just find her so disgusting. And I find it laughable that she thinks that changing a Wikipedia page or taking down a Facebook page is going to make any difference. None of that is going to make any difference whatsoever. People are starting to wake up. What I don't understand is why Bree and Sheena, I think her name is, any of Gypsy's minions, why do they keep defending her? I don't know about the others. I only know a tiny bit about Bree. I don't think she's stupid. So why does she keep defending Gypsy? Is it because she fears if she doesn't, Gypsy might come after her? Because wouldn't that be a real thought in the back of your mind if you were a friend of Gypsy's? She's a convicted murderer. Now, granted, she wasn't convicted of what she should have been. It should have been premeditated murder, first degree. But she's still convicted of murder regardless. Wouldn't you be a little fearful? Would you worry? Is that what keeps their friendships intact? Is there worried as to what Gypsy might do to retaliate if they said anything bad about her? You know, I wonder about that. Because they're so... Why do they defend her so fiercely? Why? Do they really believe that she was some innocent little victim? Hasn't she proven time and time again that she's not innocent or a victim? Do they just blind themselves to those realities? Because, in my opinion, they're playing a dangerous game. Keeping around Gypsy like that, who knows when she might snap? Who knows what she'll do when she snaps? If she snaps. What if they're in the way? What if she deems them to be part of the problem? What are they going to do then? Are they going to be able to defend themselves? She's convicted. And she may not even do it. She might have someone else do it for her or with her. Are they not worried at all? And Ken, same with Ken. He seems to be staying as far away from her as possible. Is he worried? Or is he worried that she might try to get him to help her hurt somebody else? Could that be it? We don't even know. But it'd be interesting to find that one out. Maybe that's why Ken stays. Because he doesn't want to get hurt. And he doesn't want to see anyone else get hurt. I mean, he's aged about 20 years. Something is weighing down on him. Those are just thoughts and ideas, not facts. Just want to make that clear. I'm just speculating. But you have to wonder. It's all very suspicious. And when it comes to Gypsy, you know, she'll lie, she'll cheat, she'll steal, she'll do anything. And then blame it on everyone else. I wonder if he's worried that she'll tell the world that he's abusive and ruin his reputation. Not that he's got one much to ruin now. But I wonder if that's a thought in his mind. He doesn't want his life ruined the way he watched her ruin Ryan's reputation. Ryan had a few bad skeletons in his closet. Now we know about a few. And she has no problem dragging out every single tiny thing. And maybe she knows too much about Ken. He doesn't want to marry her, but he's afraid to get away from her because of what she could do. What she's done with Ryan. I'd be afraid of that. Although at some point, I think he's just going to step away anyway. That's my opinion. But we'll see. He doesn't seem to have much of a backbone. So, who knows? I don't think he's quite the jellyfish that Ryan is. Ryan will always be behind Gypsy no matter what. He could probably watch her murder somebody all over again and say, "Oh, Gypsy, it wasn't her fault. She had to do it." You know, he'll make up excuses for her, you know. Ryan will always be on Gypsy's side. And it seems like he's mad or angry or he's over it. I don't think so. I think it's all just games. They all play stupid games. The problem is with Gypsy is her stupid games could get you killed. You know, that's not really a game anymore. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about that a little bit because it was on my mind. It's disturbing. And yet she's still free and living her best life. Well, we'll see how long that lasts, won't we? Anyway, thank you for listening. Please comment below. And that's all I got to say.